Watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Clouds once again continue to hang over the DMV, but is rain on the way? Who better to answer that? Meteorologist Scott Sumner. He joins us with the latest check in the forecast. Scott, will we see any chance of sunshine today?
Well, if we do, it'd probably be about mid-afternoon or so. Right now, we're socked in with those clouds, Mark. And as you'll see coming up here in just a second, overcast skies are what's being recorded here by the National Weather Service's hourly OBS of 62 degrees. Outside, you can see even there's been some fog, some mist and drizzle. Been kind of just a nasty start to your Thursday, and it really isn't going to improve too much. Why is that? Because as I said to you the other day, that a front is moving on through and is going to produce some showers. Right now, a still image of the radar shows some showers right now over Hagerstown to the west of Winchester and out towards I-68 and Cumberland and further points further west. And we put this into motion over the last 6 hours, and there was even a few severe thunderstorms that cropped up just coming over to the Allegheny Front and the Allegheny Mountain region. Those have since died down. Obviously, you have what you have outside right now. Nothing going on really in D.C. proper, although there have been a couple little showers here moving to the north across portions of Baltimore and Southgate right along I-95. They will continue to press further to the east, and our future radar picks up here on some more showers over the next 2 hours coming in from the west. So as it stands at the moment, we are not looking to see any severe weather here. We picked up a trace of rain at Frederick and Winchester, but that's not to say we couldn't get into that severe mode as we go into later this afternoon. Where's the most amount of rain been falling? Out towards Garrett County. So here we go. Let's take a look from 1 to 5 p.m. in Frederick County, 73, 77, and 78 degrees. We'll talk more about your 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Mark?
All right, Scott.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
President Trump announcing his sweeping tariffs for nearly every country in the world, calling it Liberation Day, saying that it will bring businesses back to the U.S., but the cost of everyday things are expected to go up. 25% tariff on foreign cars is now in effect, and starting this weekend, every country will face a minimum flat tariff of 10%. Some countries will face a much higher tax on goods that they ship to the U.S., upwards of 49%. DC News Now's Ben Dennis tells us what these tariffs could actually mean for all of us.
Liberation Day, waiting for a long time.
President Trump announcing sweeping tariffs on countries and the goods they send to the U.S. Nations taxed at least 10%, China at 34%, and 20% from the European Union.
In other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset?
Look, nothing's going to change very much. We make a lot of our products here. We make most of our food here, so I'm not worried.
Critics argue that tariffs or a tax will be passed on to consumers.
It's only so much a business can absorb themselves, and they're going to have to pass on some of that, a lot of that, to customers.
Among goods Americans regularly use from outside the U.S., tech like smartphones, computers, and TVs, as well as clothes, vehicles, and car parts.
Brake pads can be anywhere between $300 and $400. I can easily see that stuff going up to $500 to $600.
The news came on the heels of the U.S. Senate voting to reject the president's previously announced tariffs on Canada. The effort to end this led by Virginia Senator Tim Kaine.
None of his policies, including these tariffs, anticipate any relief for hardworking and middle-class families.
They're liberating consumers from their hard-earned money because this is going to translate into increased costs. This isn't partisan. This isn't Democrat, Republican. This is math.
Our thanks to Ben Dennis. President Trump also says that there will be a tax deduction on interest rates for loans to buy American cars. It's unknown how long it will take before consumers could see costs rise on non-American products. We're going to have continuing coverage on the president's sweeping global tariffs on air and online at DCNewsNow.com. There you can find live updates on how these new import taxes will impact your budget. Just go to the U.S. and World News tab on our website. Well, new census data shows that gender pay equality, is still an issue, with men making well over $10,000 more than women in most states. DC News Now's Candace Cole is in Northwest with a breakdown of what the disparity looks like here in our region.
You may be surprised to find that D.C. has the highest gender pay gap in the DMV. That's according to data from the 2023 Census Bureau's American Community Survey. This story, first reported by Axios, says working women in the district made about $15,500 less than their male counterparts. However, D.C.'s median income is one of the highest in the nation, with men averaging $91,000 and women generally making over $75,000 a year. In Virginia, women made just under $15,000 compared to men, and in Maryland, the pay gap is around $11,000. Overall, disparities in gender pay has narrowed slightly over the last 20 years, according to Pew Research. Their analysis shows women on average make about 85% of what men make, compared to 81% in 2003.
We have to take into consideration housing, transportation, healthcare, childcare. And when folks can't afford those things, it makes it harder to focus on things like work. So how do we make sure that people are able to make ends meet? And one of those things would be to close that wage gap as it's based on gender.
Utah shows the highest gender pay gap at 21%. Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Candace, thank you. Developing now out of Virginia, a man is dead after a double shooting in Woodlawn, Fairfax County. Police say that it happened on Madge Lane early this morning. They say the two men shot at each other. One man was taken to the hospital. The other died at the scene. Police are now investigating what led up to the shooting. Stay with DC News Now for updates. Well, a scary incident at Montgomery County High School yesterday. Watkins Mill High School was placed on lockdown after a student was injured during a fight. The principal sent a letter to parents after the incident saying that it's part, quote, she's dismayed that students at Watkins Mill High School chose to resolve conflict by resorting to anger and, in this case, harm. We do know that one of the students was sent to the hospital but is expected to be okay. According to the letter, an altercation between two students involving a weapon happened around the end of the fifth period. One of the students was injured and, again, taken to the hospital with what's considered to be non-life-threatening injuries. The student that initiated the assault left the building. The school was under lockdown before 2:30, but students were later dismissed on time. All activities continued as scheduled, and here's what a frustrated parent had to say about what happened.
I'm just hoping it ain't mine, one of mine, and pray that the other kids is okay, but they need to do better. They really do, because it's getting worse.
Well, the principal urged parents to talk to their children, and also the students involved in the fight will face significant consequences. Counselors are also available to provide support. Well, it's been a deadly week on roads in Maryland. A woman was killed crossing the street yesterday morning in Bladensburg, and Sunday, Prince George's County Police say that a driver ran into a man, killing him on Oxon Hill. Investigators have identified the pedestrian killed yesterday morning as 74-year-old Norma Mae Doswell. Officials say that she was walking to the walk across the Landover Road and 55th Avenue. Police have also identified the man who died Sunday, 57-year-old Jose Hernandez. They say that he was killed walking across St. Barnabas and Wheeler Road. Police stressing the importance of safety.
Wearing bright clothing, maybe some reflective wear or a vest. You can carry a flashlight, and certainly just like drivers are required to follow traffic laws, we also request for pedestrians to follow laws, for example, always using a crosswalk.
Both cases are being investigated. No word if drivers involved will face any charges. Well, meantime, there's a major safety effort happening in Montgomery County. Police were out reminding drivers about the move over law. They focused on the busy Route 29 corridor where speeding has been a problem, and drivers are not moving over when cars are pulled over in the shoulder.
What's supposed to happen is if there's a lane open to you, if it's a multiple lane road and there's a lane open to you, you're supposed to move to that open lane if you safely can do that. And that's what we want you to do. If the lane is not open to you or it's not a multiple lane road, we want you to slow down to give that and just move a little bit to the left or right.
And pay attention, if you're caught breaking the move over law, you're facing a fine and a point off of your license. We are stretching your dollar. It's spring season and summer isn't too far off. That means that parents will be looking to keep their kids busy. But vacations are expensive. And unless you have some help from DC News Now's Haley Milon, you could run into some problems. But she has some staycation ideas that won't break the bank.
Buying plane tickets and paying for luggage, it's like, okay, we fit in a car, let's go, we can take advantage.
Fairfax County mom of 4 Zoe Johnson is the mastermind behind the Instagram account Virginia Adventure Family, bringing her 86,000 followers along on adventures that are simultaneously inexpensive and priceless.
Virginia is wonderful for its small towns. There are just so many local towns that really you can spend a whole day in.
Bad at planning? Zoe takes it off your plate. Here, she shares ideas for an action-packed, low-cost day in Culpeper.
A hike, a playground, if we have the opportunity to support like a small play cafe. Sometimes it'll be museums. Sometimes we'll pack our, little picnic and bring that along, help save money. And then we finish the day with an ice cream.
Libraries offer a huge perk. Members can check out Virginia State Park passes, saving you $85 on an annual membership and giving your kids experiences they'd get at the coolest of summer camps.
We got to learn about the snakes. We were holding them, interact. I mean, my kids just thought it was crazy.
If your kids want to hit up an amusement park or experience with paid admission, Zoe says always check out Groupon or Certificate for discounts.
It might save you $5-10. And in the long run, if you have 5 people in your family, that adds up.
Seriously, there is no shortage of memories to be made within driving distance of here. For more Zoe's tips, head to dcnewsnow.com. Just keyword search, stretch your dollar. I'm Haley Milon, back to you.
All right, Haley, thank you. Coming up on DC News Now at noon, bridging the gap and building community through economic development. Learn more about a DC organization hosting a variety of fun events for everyone.
All right, currently our seasonable temperatures outside our weather window right now. We're into the 60s. We've had clouds. There's some patchy fog around. Will we see some storms this afternoon? We'll stick around. I'll have the answer to that question coming up on the other side.